Greetings and welcome to the graphics class. Orthographic view, question number 2. Here you are having an object. You have to draw the plan or the top view, the front view or the elevation, and the side view from left. Okay? So initially we will start with the plan or top view. So while drawing the plan, you can see that you are looking from top. Okay? When you are looking from top, you are seeing several portions of this particular object. For example, this surface you can see. So I am marking it as T1 because in the top view that is the first part. Then another part is actually this curved portion, that is T2. Then you are having T3. These are the three major portions you can see from the top. Okay, the other portions, see, this part you cannot see, this part it is a vertical portion you cannot see, this front portion cannot be seen, so T1, T2 and T3 can be seen. So now we will try to draw these portions. If you look at this figure, the total length is 140. Anyway, in the top view, we can see that there will be the complete length. The complete length is there. Okay. Then, what about the breadth? The breadth portion you are having 25 mm to the center. So if it is 25, that is only the midpoint. So from there again 25. So 50 is the total width. So you can take 50 from here, 50 from this side also. So you can complete 50. Okay. Now, anyway there will be a separation in the middle. How you can find out that? The separation is actually 20. This curved portion is the separation. The width of that is actually 20. So, first of all you should have the center line. Okay, center line. You can take 10 to the left side and 10 to the right side. So, total there will be 20. So, this is 20 and this length is 140 and this is actually 50. So, before taking 50, you have something else, that is from this side you are having 40 mm to this particular circle. The diameter of the circle 516, it is given as 516 and it is of 2 number. So why it is 2 numbers? One side there will be the first one and the other side there will be the second one. So this is the first one, that is of 516. So you have to measure 40 from this side. From here you are measuring 40. You are finding the midpoint. Using that you are having 516. As diameter 16, you are drawing a circle. Similarly, from here also, so this distance is 40. This distance is 40. From here also you are doing the same procedure. You are measuring 40. Then you are drawing the line, finding the midpoint or the center. Then you are drawing a circle of diameter 60. Okay. Now, one more part is there in the case of this particular, what we can say, this separation part, that curved portion. There you are having a circle, which is a hidden circle when you are looking from the top. So that hidden circle is having a diameter of 24. So you can take the you can take a center line from here. This is the center line of the total solid. Then 24 is the diameter. So you can take 12 to this side and 12 to this side. So you have to draw hidden edge. You know it is a dashed line. So you are having a hidden edge like that. You are representing a hole there. So you can see this hole. You can see this particular hole, but this hole is not visible to you. But you have to mark that there is a hole. That is what we have done it is of diameter 24. Okay, so now I think almost all the things I have explained. In the top view, the total length is 140, then this part is 40, the separation is 20, and here you can mark this as 2 into 516. That much we have done. Now one thing we have forgotten, that is from here there is 20, from here there is 20. There is a line or there is an edge which is passing through this particular portion. That is hidden, but you have to represent that. 20 from this side and 20 from this side. Okay, so this distance is 20. It is hidden, but we are showing that. I think now it is clear to you about the top view. Using the dimensions from the top view itself, you can draw the front view. The total length is again 140 mm itself. Now we have to draw the front view. For that, we are having several surfaces visible to the observer. So this is actually the front view. The observer is looking from here. So F1, say up to this it is visible. F2, that is this side, and this much portion, that is F3, that is also visible to the observer. We will try to draw these things here. So this is 20, it is given that this is 20. From 20, okay, what about this height? This height is given as 30. This height is given as 30. Again, this length, this distance is marked as 10. This distance is marked as 10. Then from there you can have a horizontal line keeping again 20 to this side. We can have the total height as 30. From here, now we can have the center line here. You can have the center line. In the center line, say what should be the height of this part? That is crucial. It is given that 25 is the radius towards both the sides. So 25 is the dimension for both the sides. Let us think about that. Before that, we will try to draw. See, this thickness is 20. So from here you are leaving 10 mm. From here also you are leaving 10 mm. Okay. Now, just draw this particular height, but we have to get the height of that. See, here the radius is 25. So this radius is valid up to here. So this height is 25. From here also, using symmetry, we can find that this is also 25. So the total height from here is 50. Total height from here is 50. Okay. When you are drawing this, you have to mark that phi also. That phi is actually 24. That part also you have to mark. Now there are two more holes which are invisible in this particular view. They are, from here it is 40, isn't it? Here there are two circles. So correspondingly you will have two circles you can find out. The diameter is 16. So towards one side it is 8. To the other side also it is 8. Okay, from this center to this it is 8. From this center to this one it is 8. Here also you will find out that much distance and you find out two holes. Okay, so here there is a larger hole which corresponds to this one. These two are the smaller holes. These are all invisible when you are looking from the front. Okay. Now we have to get the side view. Side view from left. So left side view. So when you are looking from the left side, you can see only two surfaces clearly. One is this one. So side view S1 and another surface this one. These two are only visible. Okay, let us try to complete that. That is, here there is a flat surface, it's a square of length 50, isn't it? This total length is 50 and the height is 30. The height is 30. 50 and 30. From here we know that 25 we can draw. 25 we can draw. Then that is the middle portion. Okay. Then taking this as center and 25 as radius, we can draw an arc. This as center and this as radius, you are drawing an arc. You are drawing an arc. Then using phi as 24. Okay, 24 means 24 as phi. You can take this as the radius as 12. You are drawing a circle. You are drawing a circle. So this corresponds to phi 24. And this radius, this is R25. Okay, all other dimensions are we have shown here. If we want, we can draw this 30 also here. We can show this 30. So this is the left side view. Left side view. So you got top view. Using some of the dimensions from the top view and correlating with the initial object, we have drawn the front view. Then using these two combinations and dimensions from here, we have drawn the left side view. We have drawn the left side view by looking from the left side. If you want to draw the right side view, a similar structure you will get here, or a similar figure you will get here, because there is symmetry. Okay, since there is symmetry, you will straight away get this type of figure in this side also. That is the right side view. So there is left side view and a right side view. If you need, you can try a right side view also. So now we got top view, front view and side view. So by this, how to convert isometric projection to orthographic projection is very clear. Thank you.